Hello, in today's video I'm going to show you how to replace the valve cover gasket in this 2015 Ford Fusion. However, the procedure applies pretty much for any second generation Fusion. That means 2013 and above with a 2.5 liters engine. And just kind of like as a side note, overall is the same procedure for any 2.5 liters engine that you can find in different Ford models. These include the first generation Fusion. I'm going to start off removing the oil stick and also the ignition coils. For the coils, I will have to unplug the corresponding harness and also these fixation bolts. And for the bolts, I will have to use a socket, and the size of the socket is 5/16. Now I will unplug two harnesses. This is the first one. This will be the second one. Now I'm going to start to release this harness. There are a few fixation points. For instance, out of the bat we have 1, 2 here at the front. There is 1 here at the back, 1 more here. There are 2 here in the intake manifold. Basically, you can just follow the harness, and every fixation point that you can see is accessible. Just release the thing, because we will need to have room to wiggle the cover in order to remove it. And in the way that the harness is right now, that's not possible, because it's kind of like constraining the cover as well. I'm going to disconnect this harness that goes to the temperature sensor. Now we have to disconnect this hose. That's easy. As you guys can see, there is a gray part in it. Well, in the bottom part behind it, there is a small tab that I have to push, in this case towards the driver's side, and that will release this hose. In the driver's side, we have this bracket that we have to remove. In order to do that, there are 2 nuts, one here, one here. The size of those is 10 millimeters. We're going to remove those, and with that, this bracket will be released, and this corner of the cap will be free to be removed. We have here another fixation point for the harness. I'm going to release it from there in order to get more room to remove the cap. I have here this harness and this fixation bracket. Those 2 things together will now let me remove this cover. In order to fix that problem, I will remove this nut that is here. It's 10 millimeters, and that will allow me to remove both things and then have enough room to remove the cover. The next step is going to be remove all the bolts that fix the valve cover against the engine head. There are two at the center or at the middle of the cover. One is here, the other one is here, and a bunch around it. Total there will be 14 bolts, and that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to start to pry out the cover from different places. The target here will be try to lift the cover as even as possible, and the reason for that is because here we have a seal that we don't want to damage. I'm going to put a little bit of lubrication around the seal to help it to slide up in an easier way. There will be two spots towards the side of the timing chain where we will find a little bit of gasket maker or silicone. This is one. Here we can see it here in black. And the other one is back here. We need to clean those, and I'm gonna use a knife. In order to do that, I'm gonna just scrap the thing, but pushing the thing outside of the engine because I don't want to have like this hard silicone going inside of the engine. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. There are 3 small gaskets that I have to remove. This is 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna clean all these remnants of oil where the cover sits, because I don't want to have that oil once the cover with the new gasket is put in place. Okay, I have my valve cap here. I already flipped the thing, kind of like to get rid of all the dust and stuff that was in here. Regarding the gasket, I'm gonna use an OEM gasket. I will not recommend you to use something cheap Chinese made, because in the end it's gonna leak again and you will have to do this work again. And this thing honestly is not that expensive. I'm showing there the part number, and well, that's the recommendation that I would like to provide. In the end, if you don't want to, that's up to you. That's what I'm going to be using. And as a summary for what I'm going to be doing here is just remove this gasket here. There are in total 1, 2, 3, 4, but these 3 were removed already. Are these 3? And And that's what I'm going to be doing now in order to get this ready to be placed back in the car. There is a small tab in this gasket. Just be sure that you're placing it in the right position, because if not, it's not gonna fit perfect. To place this gasket in the way that it should be, we just need to check that there is this kind of like a square shape here. It's a little bit thicker. This is basically a locator, and that is telling me that this one goes in here. There is a thicker slot here that allocates that square, and that's gonna be like my reference point to start to place my gasket in place in the right way. Okay, we're ready to place this cover back in place again. Before I place the cover back in the same two spots from where I cleaned the gasket maker, I'm gonna put a little bit of new gasket maker. So one spot is this one, and the other one is back here. And I don't need too much. I'm gonna apply just this much, and that will be the only prep that I have to do before I place the cover back in place. Now I'm going to place back the cover. I'm unscrewing all the bolts without tying them out. Just kind of like to fix a little bit better the cover. And after that, I will apply the proper torque in the proper order. Alright, the torque to apply to all the bolts is 10 newtons meter, and the order to follow will be shown to you guys in a picture right now. I'm gonna plug back the temperature sensor. Next, I will place back the ignition coils and the corresponding bolt, which will be torqued at 8 Newton meter. I'm gonna place back in place this harness. Now I'm gonna fix back in place this bracket. Now I'm gonna place back my harness, and with place back what I mean is connect all the harnesses that I unplugged, and at the same time the fixation points in the harness, well, just like fix them back again. Place back this hose. I'm going to place back the oil stick. And with this, we're finishing the video. I hope this video is useful for you guys, help you to save some money. If that is the case, I will really appreciate if you click on like and subscribe to the channel. In my channel, I will recommend you guys just take a look. I have a lot of videos for maintenance for Ford Fusions, first and second generation. And well, thanks again.